Hello guys, welcome back to another video on the Legoland channel. In today's video, we are going to be reviewing set 7754 Home 1 Mon Calamari Star Cruiser. And is recommended for ages 9 through 14 and contains 789 pieces. This set came out in 2009 for the anniversary of Lego Star Wars. And as you can see at the bottom, we have a little symbol showing the 10-year anniversary. And there's a thing at the bottom which is Fans' Choice Anniversary Edition. Because I believe fans voted on this and made it a set. And we can see says new Admiral Akbar figures. There's a look at the other figures in the set. And it's also a limited edition thing there. So yeah, let's move on to the back of it. So yeah, over on the back, continues more of that box art from the front. And it shows us all of the play features inside of the set, which you will take a look at more in depth later in the video. So yeah, let's get on to opening the box. Open this box for first time. I think it's a sealed set, but I'm not too sure. So yeah, there's just a bit of tape. I'm just gonna use scissors because I don't really have a knife thing available to me as of now. So yeah, open the box. Let's see what's in it here. We have a bag. Actually get this piece out of the box. We have more bags. And you can see the instruction manual. Or actually there's two. This is the first one. And the second one. Because I think it's for each of the sections. So yeah, we get all the minifigures at the start, but those are the instructions. It's pretty similar. You can see there's like a Darth Vader thing in the corner, but nothing that much special. And then I'll just pour the rest of the box out. Just get a bunch more bags. I don't know how many bags are in total. Oh, we also get a bag for the plates. So I think there's like, I don't know, like 3 bags. I can only see the bag 3 on here, but yeah, I think it's only bag 3. But let's move on to the minifigures. Alright, so our first minifigure we have is the Mon Calamari, as it's called on the box. I think it's just called Mon Calamari. Yeah, that's his official minifigure name, but it's more of like a technician or just another Mon Calamari you can put on the ship. But yeah, he comes with plain tan legs and a torso. I think it's a unique one, but I'm not too sure. You can see there's some like different pockets, and then there's like a gray or darker tan sort of like bib, no back printing, and he comes with brown hands, which I presume are gloves, and we have a wrench, and it comes with a custom molded head for the Mon Calamari. This was going to be the exact same for Admiral Akbar, which we'll take a look at next, but it's the shape of like the Mon Calamari. It's I don't really know how to say it, but it's like the dark orange sort of color with the eyes on each side of the head and that like fish like a mouth, and there's like the point at the back. Overall, it's a very good molded head. I think they've been using this mold for other Mon Calamari. There hasn't been too much recently, but they've been using the same mold for the other Mon Calamari. And yeah, overall it's a good figure, but let's move on to Admiral Akbar. So Admiral Akbar is pretty much the same as the Mon Calamari, except for his clothing, and he does not come with any accessories, but he has some plain white legs, and his torso, we have like this tan sort of thing that wraps around his white clothing, and he has like a belt, and then there's like a badge telling like his rank as officer, and he has brown gloves again. And I'm starting to think that they couldn't print these hands in the same color as the head, so they just decided to do it as brown. And he does have back printing. It's basically just the same thing without the badge. So yeah, it's pretty accurate to what he was in the movie. And his head is the exact same thing as the other Mon Calamari figure, so you won't go into too much detail. But it's overall a nice figure, and you can now recreate it. It's a trap scene, which I'll show that area later on, but let's move on to the next figure. So starting off with the human figures, we have Mon Mothma, and I believe this is the only Mon Mothma we've ever gotten. And she comes with plain, all these figures do not have leg printing, so she comes with plain white legs, and a nice torso mold with these wavy lines to show like a dress sort of thing, and these nice prints for like necklaces and stuff. And yeah, you can see like there's like 3 different necklaces, and she comes with a white cape, and this is the harder cape, the harder fabric that came in the older sets back in the day until they changed it to a more softer fabric. And I don't think there's back printing, no. So the cape doesn't really hide anything. And the head is basically the same head that Princess Leia would use in the like 2008 era style sets. I think it's the same head, and she comes with this hair, which is the same hair that Anakin uses to this day. And it does a good job of showing her short hair, but it does, I feel like there could have been a better piece, but I think back in the day, this was a good choice. Let's move on to the next figure. The next figure we have is the A-Wing pilot, and there's nothing too much special. I think this is not exclusive. I know these, the torso and legs were used on other A-Wing pilot figures back in the day, but there is like a little vest with some like light support and stuff like that, and you can see there's a belt with some like buttons, and then the head, when you remove the visor, is just a plain recolored flesh version of the smiley face head, which is still used today in some sets. And the visor is yellow, and it does make like the head look a bit yellow, which is a bit weird. And the helmet has some printing on it. It's a gray helmet. You can see there's some yellow detail and some lines with red and some ore mesh, I think, on there. I can't really see what it says, so I can't really translate it. But yeah, the helmet is pretty nice. I think it might have been used on other A-Wing figures, though. But yeah, it's not too impressive a figure, but still good figure. So the next figure is a pretty obscure character, and that is General Madine. And he does appear in the Return of the Jedi, but it's not really shown for too much. But the figure does look good. He has some dark tan legs, and this like little vest with, you can see some blue, I don't know what this color of blue is, but there are these color of blue arms on the side, showing he has like a vest on. He's like a belt and a badge similar to Akbar. No back printing, and I think the face is exclusive to him. It's like this beard face with dark tan beard, and you can see if I take off the hair, there's eyebrows, which make him have like sort of a smirk. He doesn't have pupils, but this hair has been used on other figures, and I think it's a good representation of him. We've never got in another figure of him since this one. I hope we will soon, maybe this year, or next year, but when I'm recording this for 2023 for the Return of the Jedi anniversary, there will be an updated figure of him, but we'll see. But let's move on to the last one. Our final figure is Lando Calrissian in his Return of the Jedi outfit. So he has some blue legs and that like sort of light blue, but dark. I don't know really the colors. And there's his torso. He has tan arms with a dark tan vest. And you can see at the top there's a thing that would be like the holder of the cape. He has a little belt coming across, like a sash. And then there's a belt with some, there's a belt and then a badge showing he's like a general. And he comes with a gun and a gray cape because he loves his capes. Nothing on the back of his torso, similar to many of these figures. Only Akbar has back printing. And the head, I think it's the same head that's was used in the Cloud City one and wherever else the older Calrissian appeared in. It just has that mustache and sort of laid back face, and then the black hair has been used in other places as well. So now let's move on to the set. So here we have the set fully built up, and this is a pretty big set for the day. With only 700 pieces, it is still pretty big because of these big plates and stuff. But yeah, we have 3 separate parts. We have the control area with the main deck and the conference room. We have the hangar and the A-wing, and we'll take a look at each of them separately on its own. But yeah, this is the full entire set. But let's start with the A-wing. Here's the A-wing. I don't know if this A-wing model was used anywhere else, but I think this green is exclusive. I don't think they made another green one. But yeah, this is just like a typical A-wing. It's not too big. It's decently sized. Yeah, here it is, and we have some stickers. These are just the rebel symbol on both sides, and we have more on these green parts just to add more detail. And there's this open spot here. I'm not sure what that's for. It's probably for an R2-D2 to go. And we also have the cockpit with this cool cockpit that just opens up like that. And there's you can see there's a control panel in there that it's the same one the old X-Wings would use. And showing the trench run, which is a bit weird, but yeah. And you can put the A-Wing pilot inside. There's just a tan piece right here for him rest down. And it closes pretty smoothly. And then for the back, we have these 2 fins on each side. And there's also, I'm knocking parts of it off here. There's also these thrusters right here for the engines that would push it off. And there's these fins at the bottom. This thing will be used later when we get to the hangar. We also have a landing gear, which can help it land, and then you can fold it in when it's flying. So yeah, that's the A. Oh, actually, just gotta take a look at one more thing, but let me just get this pushed down. It's kind of hard to do with one hand when it's moving all over the place. Anyways, it does come with these side guns, and you can flick fire these out or whatever. These missiles, there's one on the other side too. And that one already fell out. But yeah, you can shoot those out and have a space battle. Let's move on to the hangar part of it. The hangar part can actually detach to this. And how this detaches is this thing, it is connected by Technic pins, so it's a bit hard to detach. But you can sort of pull it out like that. And you can push this in so it doesn't go in and it takes it out. I don't know. This is supposed to help it lock into place or something. But yeah, we'll get that part later. But here's the hangar. It's probably the biggest part of the build. And there's this little platform thing back here that you can those 2x2 things that we're looking at underneath the A-wing earlier. That is where that is what those are for, to connect to this little holding thing. So yeah, and what it does is that you can pull this forward or pull it backwards, as so the mechanic could work on it. You can also spin it 360 degrees while it's moving. It's a pretty cool effect thing. We also have an entrance here to the other room with a trap door, and you can put weapons and stuff. It's held up by this thing right here. And there's also this little pipe thing just to add more detail. I think just to hide this part back here. Nothing too much interesting over there. And then there's these pipes, and this one's held on by a clip, so you can take it off. And on the other side here, when you spin it around, you can see there's this brick with a hole, and we just put it in. You can put it in and act like it's refueling it. And yeah, it clips onto this little thing right here. You also have a ladder to get up. Another little corner area with another trap door. And we also have this overhang thing. It isn't the best. It isn't held in place the best, but it does move around. But we have these side panels just to add more detail, I guess. And there's this Technic thing, so you can move this crane around. It moves from there to there, and this crane has this thing at the back. And what you can do is you can open up this right here, put it on the engine. We also have to pull it down so you can get it connected to the engine. I can't really do it with one hand, so I gotta hold it. But yeah, once you connect it, you can then take it out, I guess, and repair it. I don't know what really it does, but yeah, you can take it out of the thing, and the engine's just made up of those pieces. And besides that, that's pretty much it for the hanger. One thing I don't really like about this is that there's not too much detail. It's just a big open base thing. They should have added more crates and stuff, but I think it does make a good thing. You could add more minifigures in to give it more life and stuff. But that's just one big downside I have, that it doesn't have that much thing on details on it. It's just a big open hanger, and it doesn't really look the best as well. This Technic thing, they could have covered up better. But it was a 2009 set, so I'm not going to complain much because they didn't worry about that much detail back in the day. But it's still a pretty nice play set. So let's move on to the last part of it. In my opinion, this part is the best part of the set, but not by too much. So in this front area, we have the conference room, and there's these different sections. 5 different sections. And each of them have this stickered control panel or whatever, so they can move this thing we'll talk about in a second. See, I can put these figures here and add Han Solo and all those people. And there's some white detailing with some doorways and staircases down there and there. And in the center, we have the Death Star mock-up thing. So you have the hologram projector and then the projection here. And I think this piece is exclusive. It's basically the same piece, and it connects by these pins right here, and you put them opposite to each other, and they connect, and it makes sort of a Death Star shape. Can't really tell it's a Death Star. I mean, there's the laser, I guess, right there. But yeah, it does make a good projection, and it is a good detail to add. But again, this area is really lacking a lot of detail. That's the biggest downside of the set, is that it lacks a lot of detail. It's just a bunch of bricks and walls, but it does the job. And we have some lights here to light up these projection. And then moving it to the other side, we have the main deck area. We have some like pipes and stuff right there. This thing is just to help to connect to the hanger. And we have 3 seats. You can put other people in these seats, and they have sticker control panels. Same right here. And there's also these lights on either side with a Death Star projection up there. And we have Admiral Akbar's seat, which you can move back and forth and spin around, which I think it does in the movie too. And you can recreate It's a Trap scene. And the chair is quite unique. It's a bit different. It has like a backrest and this removable control panel. And yeah, it's a pretty cool seat. But other than that, that is basically it for the set. So, oh god, we just lost Akbar. But yeah, here's the full set. It's not connected, but I'll just put them back side to side for now. Oh yeah, I do have like fond, nostalgic, or whatever feeling for the set for some reason. I've always wanted it. But now that I've got it, it's a bit disappointing because it does feel lacking a lot of detail. But still, I think the minifigures are good. The A-Wing is probably the best designed. But yeah, it's a good set for 2009. And that's going to wrap up the review. So, see you in the next video. Goodbye.